welcome back to my channel. Good morning, vlogsters. Vlogsters, I'm a wreck. I love you. Let's take that first sip of coffee together. I just said I went and smelled it because it doesn't look good. I hate when the coffee doesn't look good. Jim's at work, so I had to make my own. And I swear, I don't know what it is. I think I do. I think he just puts like more creamer than I would. I'm so cheap, I can't take it. But I don't know what it is, but he just makes coffee better. I don't know. It's a K-cup. You put the K-cup in the thing, you press the button. But here we go. Yeah, it's good. It's a good coffee. Hi. I've had a really tough week. Physically. Just wanted to let everybody know how it's going, so I thought I would jump on here this morning. I've been trying to post old videos of the 2020 purge. If you're new to my vlog channel, hi, I'm Jeri-Ann. If you're new to my world, hi, I'm Jeri-Ann. Just to recap real quick what's going on the main channel is that back in August I was in Texas, and when I came home while I was in Texas, my family told me that, I don't know, maybe they blanket statements that I have too much crap that they don't like. So I have been trying to do a purge, and I had a lot of emotional baggage isn't right, but I had a lot of trouble with that. I guess criticism is really the way it is. It shook me, which it shouldn't have. I'm not the kind of person who normally gets shook by stuff like that, but I did, because it's sort of what I always felt like was my strength, and then it was like they were criticizing my strength. And it's not like a difference of opinion, but it wasn't presented that way. I don't know, I just felt shook about it. And then right after I started to recover from that, my brother passed away. So like, I have had footage shot. Somebody asked me why I was posting, just one person asked why I posted a video from months ago. And the truth is, I have lots of videos from months ago. I document everything. The reason that video was from August was because that was the beginning of when I was purging everything, when I was redoing the room. And I said it in her comment, in her response to her comment, I want to share it with you because I want you to know that it's okay. That if it takes you 5-6 months to do what you need to do, then do it in 5 or 6 months. For somebody to then, and she wasn't being critical by any stretch, or I wasn't taking it critically anyway, but I want you guys to not feel like it was being critical, because some people are sensitive to that type of comment. Sorry, I'm just gonna move things around. Don't know the last time we talked about things, but Emily was here recently, and we purged all the Christmas stuff. Took a good bite of organizing out of here, reset back up the Cricut because I had taken it to Texas and Georgia, and we just did a little bit of like cleaning and putting things away. But then whenever that happens, my table becomes like the things that I have to take care of myself. So that's what happens. So like right now the table's like got lots of stuff on it. Just things that are like random. My sister sent me a half a roll of white mesh. Thanks, Leash. But it's like I got to put that away, and you know, things like that. I got a new glue gun for Christmas. Thanks, Ma. And things that I bought randomly, you know, they just show up and appear, and you know, like things like this. I bought this really great tote bag. I love it. I thought it'd make a great throw pillow for the kitchen. But then I'm like, I don't wanna, it's got a really great handle, and I don't know that I wanna make a tote bag out of it. But, I mean, a pillow out of it. But then I'm like, well, I don't really have a place to keep tote bags in here, but I don't know what I'm doing. So it's stuff like that. It's like random, and I have to find a home for it. I bought one of these mop heads because Melissa from 4 Quarter Crafts was like, oh my gosh, look at all that white and gray yarn, and my whole house is gray, as you know. So it's like, I bought this, but then I'm like, well, where do you keep the random mop head? Like that. Just stuff like that. I have all these things that I'm like, they don't really have a home yet, so I have to find a home for them. So that's what's here, and if I'm distracted by it, I apologize. But you guys are probably like that too. Anyway, I wanted to come on here for a couple of reasons. I wanted to talk about why I'm sharing my room transformation late in the game. It has literally been, it's not just an ongoing battle, because I really haven't created that much, if anything. Like I did like 5 projects since August. So it's really just been me trying to make this space more usable for myself. Part of why is my vision has improved some. It's still nowhere near where it needs to be. So I need to make it easier to visualize the things. I still have like a blind spot in the middle. So I need to be able to see things better. And like I did things that I will label with like big words that I can see and that type of thing. So that's one. I have some work we did in August. September was shot. Work we did in October, work we did in November, work we did in December. We did some work out in the living room, which is part of the cleaning and organizing for the family. So I'm just gonna share a bunch of stuff with you. Some of it's like so random. Some of it, it's kind of funny, and I'm gonna talk about it in the video. But you know, I came home and my family wanted to do all this stuff, and I went in. I was like, sure, gangbusters. We went in and did whatever we could do, and then nobody wanted to do anything. So that's how it goes sometimes. But it is what it is. Anywho, the purpose of today's vlog was to talk about the future of my home. Nothing big, like I'm not moving or anything, but we have big plans for rehaul of this space, and I'll tell you everything that we're going to do, and then things that we've done already. So first thing, I know that a lot of you know that Jim has moved his office into the dining room. So in the front of my home, we have a formal dining room that we have only used to decorate for holidays. I kid you not, we've never eaten in there. I did use it as honeydukes when I had my party, but that's it. That everybody went in, picked out their candy, and left. It's where my forever tree is, where I store my party wear. It does have a lot of storage things in it. I always envisioned one thing for it, and then of course it just never really developed into that, which is fine. We have a very nice dining area in our kitchen with a table that seats 6 that can technically probably seat more if we had to squeeze people in. Plus, you know, you can add the card table on the end, and really, because the space is open enough to like extend into the kitchen, the cooking kitchen part a little bit. So anyway, I suggested to him, he was really not comfortable in the guest room. I wasn't that comfortable with him in the guest room. He wanted to make the guest room his office so he could have his own space, which I appreciated. However, that I didn't want to make our guests feel uncomfortable. That was the whole reason that I wanted to find a house with enough rooms for us to have a guest room, even before I started my channel and before we were looking for an office space for Jim. I wanted my guests to have a place. Like, my family all lives far away, and I wanted to be able to have them come and feel comfortable here. So I wanted to, he moved his desk in there. We moved the roll top in there, and then he moved his computer out in the living room, but then moved like his Bible study and stuff into the guest room. And then it started to evolve. Like, he didn't have his channel while he was here. You guys never saw him in this space, but this space was never supposed to be all his, but it turned out to be mostly his. I did have a desk there. It was supposed to be our office. I had a desk over there. The cubies were, half of the cubies were my storage. Well, not half. 2/3 of the cubies were my storage, and 4 cubes were his like little collectibles. And the bookshelves were his comic books and stuff. So it really, and on top was decorated all of his things. So it really was his space that he allowed me to be in. So when he moved his desk out to his computer out to the living room, I didn't really think that he would need the desk in the office for anything more than Bible study. And he was fine with that for a while. It was really not until he started his channel that he really started to spend more time in there doing things. So that evolved into something that I was really like, I didn't want my guests to feel uncomfortable, as I mentioned, and I wanted him to have a space that felt like his. So he currently has just moved his like books and some of his things out to the dining room, but we will eventually make the dining room sort of Harry Potter castle-esque Viking sort of thing he wants to do. So he'll hang up his like little things, his collectibles. So he has currently moved all of his things in there, his books and stuff. It's working for him, but we still have some work to do in there. But mostly the work we have to do in there is cosmetic and work that he will like guide. He'll tell me what he wants and I will help him do it, kind of thing. Then the guest room is going to return to a guest room. We have a little bit of work to do in there. Again, mostly cosmetic. I am on the hunt for 2 new nightstands. I've been on the marketplace, and the 2 nightstands that we have, I will tell you, I'm not going to lie, they survived the flood, sans the bottom drawers. The bottom drawers, because it's particle board, they fell apart. So the 2 dressers each had 3 drawers. Now we have 2 drawers and 2 sort of cubbies. And it worked out because this particular dresser, the bottom, is like a flat, like sometimes when you pull a drawer out, there's like just trimming, but this was like a whole flat thing, which worked. So we just got some decorative baskets to fill in there, and each dresser has 2 drawers. But the drawers are like, it's a cheap piece of furniture. We've had it for, gosh, we bought them when we got the apartment the first time in 2006. Those were the dressers that we had in the apartment bedroom upstairs. So they're 15 years old. February will be 15 years old. So I've had them for a long time. I've gotten my money's worth. But I'm looking for 2 new nightstands to replace. They also are, they're tall, but they're not really practical for like guests to use, because the drawers are like, the trimming between the drawers to keep them like, the drawers don't close all the way. It's a mess, but so we're gonna hopefully do that. I'm going to redo some of the decor on the wall, because pretty much when we moved in, everything went up, and it's been 7 years, so it's time. We can start switching things up. I want to make my quilt ladder. I think I've mentioned that before. And I'm not making like a country type of decorative ladder to hang. It's going to specifically just be to hang quilts. Like the bottom rung is going to be 3-4 feet off the ground. Excuse me. I have some pretty quilts. I like collecting quilts. So, I have one that I made, and the rest of them are all purchased, but I like them. So I want to display them. And also it can we have very thin-skinned or climate conscious people that come visit sometimes, and it can get cold in that room. I mean, not as much as it used to, but you know, some people need more blankets, so just to be able to access them easily, because right now they're in an armoire, which I guess they're accessed okay. I don't know what I'm saying. But we have a couple of things we're going to do in the guest room, but again, that's mostly cosmetic. And then the next thing we have to do is our bedroom. There's one thing that I know is probably going to have a lot of controversy, because it already has controversy in this house, is the carpet floor debate. I grew up with hardwood floors all over my house. They were not treated well, and they were warped, and you know, live by the ocean and you don't finish your floors and you don't clean them properly, then they're just gonna get all messed up anyway. But I will tell you, there is a huge benefit to having hardwood or solid floors. I don't know, non-carpeted floors. I have never had such bad allergies since I moved here. And honestly, it's not even about mom's smoking, which partially, but my parents and my nan and my sisters all smoked in my house. Like, my house was just like a smoke haven my whole life, till my father quit when I was 28. So it's not about smoking, you know, being in the house with a smoker. It's the carpet. Carpets are terrible for allergies. I know there are hypoallergenic carpets, but I will tell you this. I don't find the benefit to a carpet. Yes, you don't have to step out of your bed onto a cold floor, but I have always had bedside rugs. Like, I like to buy runners and put one on each side of the bed, but if not runners, then just like a doormat type of situation. I've never stepped out of my bed onto a cold floor. That being said, I'm not a particularly cold-footed person normally, but you know, hey, I'm getting older or whatever, but there's a lot of downsides to carpet. First of all, with carpet, it's because it's plush. Like, if you have this much room under your dresser, normally you'll only have this much room under your dresser. You can't like vacuum it without moving your furniture. But if you have a carpet, you can get a broom, you can get the extension on the vacuum under there. Like, you don't, you know, like that kind of thing. That's one. Under the bed, the same thing. Like, under the bed, like, how do you vacuum under your bed? If you have like hardwood floors, you could just push the broom. Like, that's what we did our whole lives. We just pushed the broom from one side to the other, and you get sweep under your bed. No more dust bunnies. Allergens, they hold on to everything, even the best vacuum in the world, and you can get it cleaned. Like, you could pay Stanley Steamer to come and do his hyperallergenic thing, but how often does that have to happen? How often can you know, like, who can afford that? Just get solid floors. I don't even know what to call them. They're not hardwoods always, because get a non-carpeted floor. I'm leaning back, by the way, because my right back here, I haven't had my girl issues since October of 2018, and that's what it feels like. It feels like period cramps. I always used to get them in my back, but that's what it feels like right now. I don't know what it is. It started last night, but I'm like, okay. Anyhow, I digress. So we're going to rearrange my whole bedroom. We're going to downsize our furniture. We've already been purging clothes. I've been purging clothes. I have a huge pile. And I said to Lisa or Emily, I was like, oh no, it was Emily. I said, here's the whole like stuff of clothes that I'm purging. And she's like, and why is it still there? I was like, because I have 2 more spaces. I don't want to like make it a huge like double project. I have 2 more spaces. So the top of the closet has some storage bins for out of season stuff, and the sweater baskets on the top of my closet. I have two full like laundry baskets that they're kind of like, I don't think I have one here, but the Dollar Tree baskets, the little Dollar Tree gray baskets that have like the flexible handles where, you know, they almost make that little pocketbook or the little the beach bag. So it's like that, it's like plastic, and they have handles that are soft, you know what I mean. I have two giant ones of those in the top of my closet with like my sweaters in one and my sweatshirts in the other. I will tell you, I'm not getting rid of everything, but I definitely have way more than I can use here. When I was working, it was a different story. I was out every day when it was cold and I had to dress in layers. I am not, and I do not. So I can downsize it to one basket. So those are things that I have still to do. And then I can get rid of that whole big bag of clothes. But we're gonna go down to just two dressers. I am on the lookout for another tall chest of drawers. We have two chests of drawers, like one tall one that they left here when we moved in, and the other one was Jim's when he was a baby. And he says he can get all his clothes in there, but it's really kind of small. I won't lie. We're looking like, I'm looking for another tall one. I won't get rid of his childhood dresser from, first of all, the thing weighs 1,000,000 pounds, but I won't get rid of it. We'll just relocate it someplace. But anyhow, ooh, where's this story going? How long is this vlog? So we're gonna move this couch into the bedroom eventually and set up the TV so that he can pretty much have his game systems in there, so that mom can have more privacy time in like us being out in the living room. He sometimes plays till like 2 a.m. and he wants to really be I want him to, I have always had a standing agreement with her that I won't be out past 12:30. He thinks it's okay because he wears his headphones, but when he coughs, it's very disturbing. Like, I've had my headphones on, which are noise canceling, and I'll be playing on my tablet while he's playing video games, just because, like, we'll sit in the dark and he coughs, and it's just like, it jars me, and I can imagine what he's doing to his mom too. But he can't help coughing, just he can just relocate his stuff somewhere else. So that's the plan for that. And of course, we'll document everything and share it with you 100%. I'm ripping up the carpet. The hardest part's going to be like, where are we going to put our bed in the meantime? So I was contemplating, like, the guys that came and did the kitchen floor, they move all the furniture for you out of the room so that they can work on it. So I was contemplating, like, would it be worth it to pay somebody to do this? But I'm like, I don't have that kind of money right now. So we'll see. I also don't know what kind of floor is under there. This house we purchased, it was redone in 2009. And I know that the kitchen and hallway floor was totally like a floor underlayment, like a cement board. But that was because that was like 4 rooms that they turned into one giant room. So I know what that underlayment looks like, but I don't know what like it looks like in here, and I don't know like the original parts of the house. I don't know what the flooring is under the carpet. So anyhow, where's this story going? Then in here, we're going to do quite a bit of changes actually. So we have an old file cabinet. We moved the files into the desk because they were just like, we purged the old stuff over 7-year taxes, like type stuff. We reorganized. We actually had like instruction manuals for things we don't own anymore. That kind of stuff. So we purged files and we relocated the files to the desk. The file cabinet is now empty. The file cabinet will eventually hold the toolboxes because it has a lock on it. We'll be able to lock them up. It's going to eventually go in the utility room, but for now, I think it's going to go in Jim's office, which he actually prefers it because he likes to have his stuff with him. Then that will free up the bottom of my closet, which will then move some of the stuff to the bottom of the closet. It's just like, it's all happening, but like when is it happening? And then there is the storage system. I know you guys have had it, and I'm not pointing it to the camera to you, but that 4x4 storage system that I have is from IKEA. They sell one that is 4x2, which I would like to get one that's, well, it's not 4x2. I always do that. It's 4x4. It's just 2 rows. And I want to get one of those for here because I have outgrown the 16 boxes. And here's why. The 16 boxes that I have now are boxes that I need. However, you guys know that autumn has become almost as big as Christmas, because everybody has autumn, but not everybody celebrates Christmas. And I only have one little cubie for autumn. Out in the hallway, I have a tote that has the rest of the autumn stuff in it because I have no place to put it right now. So I just thought it would be better if we had more here. I'll have the top to work with to put all this stuff on. All the stuff is my basket, my ribbon basket, my fabric containers and stuff. Excuse me, I didn't realize I got the hiccups just now. I'm gonna push this just back a tiny bit. We're definitely ripping up the carpet in here. Part of what's really hard for me to work in here is I cannot roll. I had tried a plastic mat, that did not work. I would roll off of it too easily, like not easily, but like because the table legs are here, I couldn't get one wider to roll this way. I can only roll, and the couch is there, and I had like no place to move anyway. So the fact that I can't just roll all over the place is huge. So we're just gonna move this back a little bit. This bookcase is going to go there between the door and my desk, with some like not random storage on it, but specific storage on it. And then like that will move, like just a few things are just going to like move around. So hopefully like this space will be better for decorating. People have talked about changing the curtains and changing the colors. I'm good with it. To me, green is refreshing. The neutrality of the camouflage, to me, it doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, I apologize, but I don't mind it. Actually, I kind of like it. It does make me feel a lot like autumn, but underneath there is some sort of IKEA shade thing, which don't really hold back too much light. So we have them on top just to make it a little bit more light neutral in here. So we have some things we're gonna do in here. I'm very excited about it. I think the hardest part's going to be moving the furniture to rip up the carpet. Ripping up carpet's not terrible. It's difficult, but you just cut out segments and you pull up the tack with like a pry bar. The big thing is what's under it. So if I had said to Jim, I'm happy to do peel and stick tiles. I like peel and stick tiles. I had them all over my house. We had a peel and stick tile dining room floor that I replaced twice in my lifetime because we bought really cheap ones. Like my parents bought sort of cheap ones, and then they like the picture faded because we were rough. We lived in our house, let's put it that way. And then I bought some really cheap ones at a dollar store that was in before the Dollar Tree moved to Long Island, and those were really cheap, and the picture lasted long, but yeah. And then I replaced it again, and I extended the floor from the kitchen into like the kitchen and dining room and hallways were all like one floor then. So I love peel and stick. I mean, even having mobility issues, I can do peel and stick because I lay on my stomach and I just like I fish my way around. I just start in the corner and I like slide and slide. It's one of the things that I love to do. My knees went bad when I was in my 20s, so I've never like, I say I'm on my hands and knees scrubbing. I'm very rarely on my knees. I'm usually on my belly and elbows. Anyway, so I'm excited for that. The other big downside to carpet is keeping it clean. And I don't just mean keeping it allergen free. I mean, like, if you spill something, I don't find the benefit to carpet. I don't. I really don't. If I had to stand all day on the carpet, maybe. But, you know, I guess part of it too is just like group homes. Just working in group homes my whole life. Everybody was like, when they first, not when they, everybody, and not when they all first started, but many group homes when they start, they wanted to make it be like a home and not an institution. And that's fine, but all homes are different. Some homes have hardwood floors. And what they realized over time was accidents happen, both like spillage accidents, as well as painting accidents, as well as bodily fluid accidents all the time. People knock over their cup of milk. People knock over their glass of water. And you think water's not so bad until you realize that you just pulled up all of this stuff that was in the carpet you didn't realize. So it's just all these accidents happen. And when you have a solid surface floor, that's what we'll call it, a solid surface floor. When you have a solid surface floor, it's so much easier to clean it up. So much easier. So much. Even if it's paint, like you can treat it easier than it trying to like replace the paint, like the square of the carpet or whatever. Anyway, so many things. I am super excited. I am super pumped. I kind of wish it was now. Like, I wish we could just start now. Jim does too. But I was like, listen, it's way too cold. We have to start in our bedroom next. And there's no way I'm rearranging that whole bedroom and pulling up that carpet without being able to open the windows. Because, twofold. A, we're going to kick up a ton of dust. We're definitely going to have it go somewhere. But B, or two, I want to wash the curtains and not replace them, but like wash them and put them back up. So that two reasons that I want to wait until the spring so that we can do all that. It's tough to wait though. It's really hard to wait. Definitely want to get it done now. Want it to be over. Hopefully we'll have some help coming. We'll know more about that in the future, but it's exciting. While I'm waiting, I will continue to purge everything that I feel like that I can't use anymore. So that's good. I'm going to continue to do what I can do in the meantime. But I'm just really excited for the future, which is funny because I like 5 months ago, I would have not, or 4 months, 3 months. Oh my God, it wasn't even that long ago. I didn't even know I'd be able to feel that way. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm sorry about the mucus just now. Sorry. I forget sometimes and it's subconscious and I'll do it while I'm talking and I don't even realize. But anyhow, how are you guys? I have loved hearing from so many of you. Oh, I think I have to go take some ibuprofen. I really have loved hearing from so many of you. I am really looking forward, and I know it sounds crazy, like Jerry, just do it, but I'm really looking forward to creating. I have a couple of ideas that I wanted to be able to do tomorrow. So the best news about today is it's Saturday. Jim will be home at 3 and he's home until Tuesday at 1. So I'm very excited for that. But I just realized what time it was. So I'm going to go so I can get this vlog up sometime today. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for your patience, and always thank you for your love and support. You guys are amazing. Just thinking about it. It could be overwhelming. So as always, you guys take care. God bless. And we'll see you next time. Bye.